Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make sure that I got an opportunity to pop on and really quick give all of you kind of an idea of what's going on right now because there's so much again going on. And I know a lot of you are waking and a lot of you felt a lot of the chaos that's gone on. So, real quick, we're going to cover the M class solar flare, which hit the Earth and is around the Earth's field, which caused a huge jolt in energy. We're going to cover a lot of the energy that's coming off the sun right now and the massive CMEs and the fact that the data is being swiped and we are not getting the opportunity to see them before they come, which is a little bit interesting. We're going to cover the fact that this morning the Schumann woke and we were at 74, which is an extremely high level again. And we're also going to cover the fact that we just had a huge earthquake in Peru, 6.2. I'm not surprised with everything that's currently going on and with all of this other chaos that's happening that we're going to start to see this uptick of things that will be going on within the next few days as a lot of these flares continue to come towards us. A lot of these CMEs, coronal mass ejections from the sun, continue to come towards us because they are throwing off our entire Earth's atmosphere. So all of you, very important to stay grounded, very important to try your best to keep calm. I want to tell you more than anything, though, the anxious feelings, the frustrated feelings, the just overdrive of emotions that's happening right now. I've got reports of people having huge issues with their cortisol levels just going through the roof and their adrenaline going insane and they just can't even relax. They can't even sleep. I have reports of people's blood pressure going really high and really low. I have reports of people's blood sugar going really high and really low. Remember, this is an endocrine system workout like we spoke about in the last spirit class for May. We talked all about what's going to be going on and all about what's happening with your bodies and how to really hone that and really help it to calm and move through. Don't forget, June's class is on the 24th of this month, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please sign up for that. If you're someone who's having any struggle whatsoever, please sign up for that. It's so helpful for all of us. It's quite an amazing community of people to just connect with and just really understand that what we're experiencing physically has such huge connotations in the world of spiritually how we feel. That being said, grounding is going to be important, and I'm going to be discussing this throughout the entire month of June. It's a crazy month. June's monthly energy report will be out this afternoon, and it's going to give you a lot of tips on how to stay balanced because June is going to be insane. June is insane without all these extra insane things that I'm currently coming to report on. So we absolutely have to go in ready to roll, go in nice and clear, and really get ourselves in a balanced state. So why is all this happening right now? We've got the M-class flare that came through during a period when we should be experiencing a solar minimal, which means that we should not have any activity coming off the sun. The sun, however, is the masculine representation in astrology. So the sun is the power. The sun is the heat. The sun is the just extreme emotion center, not emotion center. It does have emotion, but the emotions are more being powerful. Think masculine when you think the sun, when it comes to the emotions. The moon is really the emotional side. And that's what's happening right now between those two fields. The moon is really starting to awaken. It's the feminine representation, and they're coming into balance. But what has to happen first? There has to be a breakdown. There has to be this period where the energy kind of, I don't want to say relaxes out because that's not quite what I mean, but there has to be this period of the energy clearing through. And that's what we're going to be seeing with the sun right now. The sun's energy is currently clearing. So the masculine energy on Earth is going to be clearing. So we're going to be experiencing a lot of anger. And I think a lot of you can turn on the news and see that. We're going to be experiencing even our own personal anger coming to the surface. But here's the key. If you feed that anger, then you're going to stay stuck in the anger. The concept is to clear it. So you have to try to create a balance between releasing the things that you're angry about and releasing the things that are upsetting you and not letting that control you or really take over. And that it might be challenging for a lot of people. I urge a lot of you, though, when you're watching some of the things that you're seeing right now on the news, to be very mindful if you are sending the same energy to the situation, that cause the energy to take place. And I often talk about this in a lot of my sessions and with a lot of, even family members and friends and people around me that will call and be like, I'm so aggravated. I saw this on the news. I'm so mad about it. How could people do that? And exactly the emotion that the person is coming at me at with the description is the exact emotion that the situation was in when it went out of control. So you're basically trying to put fire out with fire, and that is not going to work. You can't come at it that way. We are seeing all of this massive surging coming on Earth to try and release this masculine energy. Not so we don't have any. So it comes into balance, because it's important to have a balance between both the masculine and the feminine. That's what's intertwining right now. Remember, we are stardust. Our bodies are stardust. We are part of the galaxy. We're part of the universe. So as it becomes aligned, we're going to become aligned. And that's what we're experiencing. We're being challenged to let these things go. So I urge all of you to be very mindful of where you're coming from when you start to get frustrated, no matter what side of, everything that's currently going on with I can't say the word, but the illness that's on Earth right now that's being handled. No matter what side you're on, you have to be careful, because if you're projecting the same energy towards the other people that they're projecting towards you, the only thing you're going to keep doing is combating, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. The same thing with the violence that we're seeing. If you join the violence, then you're no different than the violence that you're currently trying to heal against. So you're actually the problem. You're not the solution. So it's a very difficult boundary to try and have, but it's important to have it. Nonetheless, we've got these M-class flares that came at us, which really threw off our entire fields yesterday. And then on top of it, we are going through multiple CMEs coming off the sun, which are coronal mass ejections. The interesting part about that is we are able to see this data usually. It's publicized. But before these ejections occur, the data gets removed and then reanalyzed and then put back on, which has never happened in the history of some of these materials that we're looking at in some of these gauges, which means that well, I guess you can kind of come up with your own idea, but for an intuitive perspective, it means that whatever we're currently seeing on the sun is extremely strange to have it happen. And someone or some system of people who analyze this that are related to more of a higher level type group are very concerned about us seeing what's going on before it happens. Because sometimes if the ejection comes towards the Earth that is too strong, especially with the way our atmosphere is right now because it's thinner, then it can destroy a lot of different things. A lot of spontaneous combustion occurs because of the electricity that it can explode. It can absolutely destroy anything that we've created as far as cell phone waves and even electricity and internet connections for long periods of time, not just like, oh, we're down for an hour, long periods of time. So I'm sure that some people are keeping a close eye on this because it is a concern. And depending on how far we want to go into this, we have to be very careful, because if we continue to let our anger rise because we are allowing what we see on the internet and TV to control our emotions, then I'm sure that Mother Nature and the universe is going to do something to wipe that out. So please don't be part of the problem, because there's so many beautiful things that the internet gives us, including the connections with like-minded people that are helping us to grow right now. At this point, some people are finding that imperative for their own mental survival. Please do not feed this anger, because Mother Nature will take care of the outlets that are not letting us use our own intuition and instead follow what we're seeing on the TV, or follow what we're hearing on the internet, or follow the source of knowledge that's coming through that is not to feed our higher good or our positive aspects. So keep that in mind. We are also, again, going to see the Earth connecting with this. So that's why we're going to see that uptick in what we're already seeing with those earthquakes and the Schumann resonance. So all of this is going interlaying in hand. Please take a moment to clear everything you can today, your anger. Do not connect in with the ground. And I talk about this on June's full monthly series, which will be released later today. If you connect in the ground with anger, then you are going to cause yourself to connect into the earth's level of anger that's clearing. So get yourself happy before you connect into the earth. I don't care if you got to listen to a song, if you got to sit outside and listen to the birds chirping, if you've got to watch the sun, if you've got to do mantras, if you've got to do yoga, if you've got to go for a bike ride, a walk, whatever you have to do, get happy and then visualize yourself grounding that happiness into the earth. If you ground when you're angry because you think it's going to make you less angry, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble because then you're going to ground into the anger of the earth. Remember, like vibration connects with like vibration, connects with the ether that's awakening. We talked about this in May's class. Big problems. So be careful. My biggest advice for you today, ground in happiness, let go of the anger. This is all planned. The sun that's going crazy right now is a masculine clearing. We're going to see the overdrive level of the masculine now starting to clear on earth, which is exactly what we're seeing. So hang in. We've got this. Keep yourself as calm as possible. Try to breathe. And remember, if you're watching this, you are part of the solution. Don't be part of the problem and get caught up. That's ego, and that is your human self and fear in the way. Don't do that. We are all here for such great things, and we're going to get there. It's just how fast. And I don't know about you, but I'd like to get there sooner rather than later. Thank you so much for watching this. If you need anything, you know where to find me, JillianGrace@gmail.com or thespiritthatisyou@gmail.com. Just send me a message and I'll do everything I can to help. Thank you so much for growing the spirit that is you and for watching the Jillian Grace Network. And keep an eye out for the June Astrology Yoga series. It's going to be released later today. And all of those techniques are going to help you ground both now and through the month of wild June. All right, take care and enjoy your Sunday.